Hey, my friends, it's me back again with your week ahead through the cards. The moon, the cards, it all kind of plays in. Now, my daily divine blast, I will bring in the daily numbers, bring in fairy cards, and do what I usually do. But this one, I want to use card-specific messages for each day of the week ahead, along with a little bit of moon. If there's something in the moon that we need to pay attention to. So there's a little bit of a different divination take on it rather than a repetition of the same. All right, so let's go. I did write some notes. There's going to be some massive shifts coming up this year ahead, thanks to some major planetary changes. The moon, as we know it, guides us through the different phases, like every 28 days, a new moon, a full moon, a new moon, a full moon. And the moon is here to guide us through these transformations that are going to happen. It's kind of like the astrological way of, I can't say predicting. I just don't like this word prediction because for me, predictions are dictating what happens when you don't really know what happens with these massive shifts. So I think the daily guidance, I like that word more, guidance rather than predictions. This calendar year is telling us to make the most of the lunar and planetary actions. Astrology is a bit like a guidebook to life. You have a natal chart that goes with the time, the day, the place that you were born. And those planets are lined up a certain way. And if you have someone that knows astrology well, they can create a forecast for your natal chart, your birth chart, that guides you like a guide to life, a bit like a manual, if you will, to help you navigate where we're going. These cards just give us a bit of an overview in general terms, not one particular person, but just in general terms. So let's start with the month of January. We get my notes. I did have to make notes because I can't remember everything. January is starting off pretty bonkers. The mega alignments. And the first one is the meeting of Saturn, which is meeting Uranus on the 3rd of January, which is yesterday. They're making harmonious alignments that began of April 2025. Saturn is all about order, doing things in a certain way. It can be restrictive. It can be sometimes combative. The other side to it is Uranus is the sign of freedom and self-expression and, anything goes. Well, when these two come together, ordinarily, this alignment would be a little bit tough to deal with because those of us that are freedom, creative, would be like, whoa, hang on a minute. I'm not going to do as I'm told. You can't tell me to sit there, do this, do that. No. Saturn, on the other hand, is all about lessons, it's all about order, putting things in the right place. However, this particular alignment is a sextile alignment, which means one is going to help the other along. In other words, the structure and organization of Saturn needs a little bit of playfulness to move it forward. The playfulness of Uranus helps to do that. I'm hoping that makes sense. It's about getting the new year off to a good start and whatever. A bit like having a tailwind. Anything you need to put pay to, anything you need to close up, anything you need to tidy up that's left over, Saturn can tell you where to put it in order. Uranus gives you that creative flow of letting it go. Make sense? If you started off the year declaring that you're going to do things differently, the alignment is going to support your efforts of doing things differently, walking through a new portal. It's encouraging all of us to embrace changes while supporting the structures, get the meaning, of our life as we know it. This month, it's time to make lasting important changes, lasting important changes for a forward-thinking way of living, a forward-thinking way of living, building something new. If you're not up for building something new, if you're not up for changes, if you're not up for the cattywampus world that we're about to enter into, I think you need to get with the program, or you're going to stay stuck. The second alignment of most importance is on January the 26th. So we're about 3 weeks away. It involves Neptune, which is moving out of the last sign of the zodiac, mysterious Pisces, and into the action-packed first sign of the zodiac, Aries. It's been in and out of Pisces since 2011, dottering in and out, dottering in and out. But now we're going to start embracing these fiery, forward movement, growth-built changes. It's help to chase the radical goals that we're looking for. When I say radical goals, make sure your goals are radical, because this push from Neptune going from Pisces into Aries is going to give you that, whoa, off we go. Now, I know I'm pushing ahead a little bit to the end of the month, but that's okay. It gives you a bit of a recipe to know where you got to go, what you got to do. Now, the full moon in Cancer, we just had it. Just as 2026 is pulling forward, we've got that full moon. Excellent for anybody who's been procrastinating and holding back. Letting go of 2025, for some people, it could be like a slow boat to the end of the other side of the world. So what is it that you need to release? What is it you need to let go of? Who is it you need to kick to the curb? Who is it that you need to attract? Those kind of things. If you're still unsure, bring the question to mind. Focus on that question. Who, what, not the how. Who, what, not the why. We don't need to know how it's going to happen or why it's going to happen. We just need to know it has to happen. Use the full moon energy to let go of any upsets. And I'm not just talking about this one. Every single one that we got coming up. Every month there's a full moon. It's in a sign. Use it, use it, use it to release and let go. Release, let go, release, let go. Make sure you're in forgiveness mode. Forgiving the past heals the future. Forgiveness is down the whole way to healing. Give yourself a break. Anything you think you've done wrong or you failed in, forgive yourself. Don't drag it. You can't sit in the, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said it, shouldn't have done it. No, 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 no. That's taking up rent-free space in your mind. Forgiveness rewires the brain. It creates space for this new, impactful, plentiful world we want to live in. So this week, my darlings, that's the 4th of January through the 10th of January, love is in the air. The planet of riches and romance, Venus, is connecting with the Sun, with Mars, and with Jupiter. Jupiter is that sign of expansion. Jupiter is that sign of feeling good. Jupiter, that sign of the auspicious goals increasing. Mars is that heaviness. There's something I wrote here about Mars. Okay, yeah. The full moon is expected to be lively because it's triggering Mars, which is action, anger, sex, and drive. Jupiter, amplification, expansion, and good vibes. So, whether you feel exhausted from celebrating or energized the new year, pace yourself. Energies now might see people burning the candle at both ends. Stop doing that. It'll just wear you out. All right, let's get right to the cards. And I've shuffled them, and they all jumped out one day a week. I concentrated on each day and then shuffled each next day, shuffle, the next day, shuffle. So we'll start with Monday. Now on Monday, the moon's in Leo. So if you can, don't do anything today or do as little as possible. Let the skies and you and your heart be very quiet. Now this is Sunday, sorry. Sunday, the moon's in Scorpio. Venus and Chiron clash today as the moon moves through Scorpio, intensifying its emotions, uncovering truth. Someone is hurting, if someone's hurting you, ask yourself if you've been allowing it. If they hurt you, did you let them do it? If they upset you, what did you do to start it up? Now, on Sunday, we got the Dreamer card. A new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside, and take a deep leap of faith. This is about working with Metatron. Now this would normally be the Fool card in Tarot, but we're not foolish. We're just seeing things in a new way. We see our subject here with the door open, bags packed, dogs by his side, and the guardian angel right there at the gate saying, go on, you can do it. Nothing's stopping you. Now we move on to Monday. On Monday, we have the 7 of Cups, or 7 of Water. We have Archangel Gabrielle. She's talking about making choices and get to it. Stop procrastinating or overanalyzing. Get clear on what you want, the desires you want, and then move forward. Too many options, a bit like addiction, a bit like procrastination, a little bit like, would you please make your mind up? Now, the moon is saying, don't do anything today or do as little as possible. The skies are very quiet, and it's a perfect moment to just breathe. Sometimes we need to disconnect to reconnect. If I'm looking at the moon phase and the message, and the card and the message, I'm saying take time out and get clear on what you want. If you can focus on all the colors of your chakra and get the universe to lead you to one. There's where your choice is. That's where your message is. Moving on into Tuesday. This would be Tuesday the 6th of January. Release, let go. Archangel Azrael. This would be the death card in traditional tarot. Endings lead to new beginnings, need to release situations, people that hold you back. Spiritual transformation, my friends, on Tuesday. The moon is in Virgo. It's all about healing. Healing in the air under the Virgo moon, love in the air under the Virgo moon. Healing the past wounds is possible today, providing you're tapping into the right emotions. Providing you get body work. That's highly recommended. Go get a massage. Go get a manicure or a pedicure. Feet in water, taking care of all the slough on the bottom of your feet, getting a massage, moving those muscles from one space to the next. All of that. Moving on into Wednesday. Interesting that these two are major arcanas. This week is like pulling it. Okay, now here we got the 5 of Air. 5 of Swords in traditional tarot. Archangel Sandalphon. Now, the 5 of Air, for many, is seen as, or the 5 of Swords, seen as deceit, thievery. People who are not on the up and up, out of integrity. An unwise choice. There's a better way that you will make that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or people who have questionable motives. Now, I'm going to turn this inward because the moon's in Virgo and it's triggering those karmic notes. It's a good time to balance your past and your future. Reflect on where you've been headed, and where you're headed, The change, of course, is needed. Now, this could be you perhaps, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say that Wednesday you may be living in melancholy land. You may be living melodramatic land. You might be leading in the place where I tried to let it go, I wanted to let it go, and then she just keeps calling or he just keeps on knocking the door. That's on you. If you're not clear, the universe is not going to bring you, the universe is going to tell you what you need to be clear on, but they're not going to do the work for you. So this is all about, don't repeat these patterns that bring you into the deep hole of debauchery. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Pull the knives out of your back. Somebody else put it in your back. They put the seed in your head. They put the words in your world. You've got to change your words if you want to change your world. And this is going to come up on Wednesday. Moving on into Thursday. We got the Sun card. Okay, so here we go. We got a pattern going on. Another major shift. On Thursday, you dried your eyes, you mopped up your tears, you got clear, you did your affirmations, you told God, okay, I'm done with feeling any which way but loose, and you got the sun. A time of great joy, a time of success, brilliant epiphanies. Your universe is serving up magical opportunities, plans that work perfectly. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude to God, the divine, the angels, the higher ones. This is Thursday. Uriel. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful card. The moon is still in Virgo on Thursday. It brings a meeting of Venus and Mars, lovers of the zodiac, moving through Virgo. Whichever way you slice it, romance is in the air. A great time for a date night or to meet somebody new. Maybe you want to have a bit of a mentorship with someone. Maybe you say, I've got an idea, now I need my partners to put it into place. That kind of energy. Moving on to Friday, my friends. We're getting close to the end of the week. Oh, here we go again. Sleepless nights. Now, I'm going to relate this to the rest of the journey. 9 of air. Archangel Michael's with you, telling you that now you're doubting your accomplishments. Now you have this fabulous, you've got the kind of on again, off again, on again, off again, on again, off again, wishy-washy. This first week, with the planets, the moon phases, and these cards are telling you they could be a wishy-washy way emotionally. So on Friday, Archangel Michael is saying, calm your fears. Stop pacing the floor. Unfounded fear, expecting the worst, creating self-fulfilling prophecies, worrying too much, things going out of proportion, situations turning into catastrophes, sleepless nights, blah, 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 blah. The moon is in Libra, the scales, so you get it. The moon is guiding you to make a choice, and you're like, I don't know what to do. You're back to Wednesday again. No. Archangel Michael is saying, find a new way of thinking. Find a new way of being. Tap into your faith. It could be amazing if you tune into the harmony of loving Libra and stay as diplomatic with yourself as possible. Have a little kiki with yourself. Go meditate. Listen to some upbeat music. There's a lot of love around on Friday. So Archangel Michael's saying, what in the world are you worried about? Why do you have this anxiety going on? You don't need to worry about a thing. Give it over to God, as they say. Moving on into Saturday the 10th, we got the 8 of Earth, also known as the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Coins. This is about material things, and 8 being an infinite number, continues. On and on and on it goes. Archangel Gabriel's back with us, learning all you can about the subject or the career that you're going to go onward with. Are you going to go back to school? Do you want to do some more study? Do you need to get into some craft work? It's all about attention to detail and skilled work on Saturday. Now, it's also the last quarter moon in Libra. So, you may be juggling your ego, but in a really positive way on Saturday, because the Libra moon weighs up harmony over hazards. Try not to go too far when expressing yourself, so be in moderation as you work your studies in this coming week. Now, let's see. I hope that these cards and the moon phases have helped you navigate the week ahead and what you've got to do. It seems clearer to me to deliver it as opposed to the Divine Daily Blast where I'm trying to put all this in together. So I wanted to simplify the process. Let me know in the comments what you think about this particular format. And until tomorrow morning when I bring you the Divine Daily Blast, you have a fabulous afternoon. Bye for now, my friends.